Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k14 Universe Mode. My name is BrendenPlayz, and we are getting very close, rapidly approaching the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Cannot wait for that. We already know one big match confirmed, Lesnar versus Randy Orton in the rematch from WrestleMania. But what else will happen, we'll find out later on. But for now, it's this week's main event, as we have Oksana with Eva Marie will take on Cameron with Naomi in her corner. Of course, Oksana probably looking to get a rematch against Naomi at Extreme Rules herself. Well, the New Age Outlaws are in action. They're going to take on Tons of Funk, two tag teams on Raw that we haven't seen for quite some time. And the rivalry is renewed. Kofi Kingston versus Wade Barrett. A lot of you guys calling for a Kofi Kingston push. Well, there's no better way for Kofi Kingston to get back in amongst it than defeating the former Intercontinental Champion. I thought he was going to... I'm so used to Wade Barrett being the Intercontinental Champion, I was going to call him the current one, but he's not. But he's certainly number one contender as Oksana defeats Cameron in a one-on-one matchup. The New Age Outlaws versus Tons of Funk. It will be in the New Age Outlaws. Well, they're back and they get a victory. And we'll play the Kofi and Barrett matchup. Of course, you have to go back to WWE. Hang on a minute. Wade Barrett getting the upper hand and sneaking up from behind and taking down Kingston. Well, you have to go back to WWE 13 Universe Mode and beyond. You know, this rivalry actually went for quite some time. I mean, Wade Barrett was the man who defeated Kofi Kingston and ended the longest reigning Intercontinental Championship reign and longest reigning championship reign at the time. It went from from day dot. So April to SummerSlam. So Kofi Kingston actually had a really good title reign, about a 4-month title reign. Really impressive. But Wade Barrett was the man who put an end to it by beating Kingston, and then he went from there. But the two guys kind of traded the title back and forth for quite some time. Then Wade Barrett finally defeated Kingston and put Kingston away for good. And ever since then, Kofi Kingston hasn't been able to get going. So perhaps a win over Barrett here will get Kingston back in the title picture. Where, obviously, Wade Barrett right now, I mean, he's looking good. You know, he's beaten Rusev. He won a Fatal 4-Way match as well. So I think Wade Barrett is without a doubt deserving of a rematch. So I'm pretty much willing to say lock it in for Extreme Rules. But hey, if he loses against Kofi Kingston, that may certainly lessen his chances of getting a rematch. I mean, obviously he's got a rematch clause against Mark Henry, the Intercontinental Champion. Wade Barrett wasn't even pinned, I believe, at WrestleMania. I think it was Mark Henry who actually pinned Rusev to win the title. So Barrett, been pretty unlucky. He didn't even lose the title in the traditional fashion. So he probably feels as though he's a bit undone and deserves a rematch. So I think Extreme Rules, Barrett and Henry will go toe-to-toe once again, and that should be one hell of a fight. But Kofi Kingston looking to take down Barrett as Barrett quickly puts an end to that. And look, you know, obviously, Wade Barrett, he has been, without a doubt, one of the best champions in Universe Mode. Probably singles champion, probably the best Smackdown singles champion, you know. I mean, he held it for, well, if you take away a couple of mishaps here and there, he pretty much held the title from SummerSlam all the way to WrestleMania. So, I tell you what, that's a pretty impressive title reign, no doubt. So, Wade Barrett, one of the longest reigning champions here in Universe Mode. And speaking of title reigns, I'm actually thinking about going back and finding out all the title reigns throughout the history of Universe Mode and kind of like doing up a little bit of a Hall of Fame kind of thing, like who's held the title for how long. You know, like let's say Extreme Rules, CM Punk held the title from day one to Extreme Rules, and you know, just documenting all the title reigns throughout the history of Universe Mode, creating a bit of like a, you know, just a bit of a flashback and look back at who's held the titles for the most amount of time, how many weeks they held it, you know, how many times they've held it throughout Universe Mode. So I think that'd be pretty cool to see. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments section down below, and that'll be something I'll work up, and I'll probably post it up on the website for you guys to go and have a look at. And speaking of the website, one more day to vote for the Slammy Awards. I actually added up a new one. I actually forgot to do Upset of the Year. So if you've already voted on the Slammy Awards, check back in and vote again, because there is one more that you've missed out on, because it was uploaded about a day ago. So cover, and Barry will kick out. So it was uploaded about a day ago, so you can go and vote over that, and that'll do it. So I'm actually going to do a video on it. I said before I was not going to do a video on it, but I came up with a bit of an idea for it, and I think it'll be pretty cool. It's going to take some time for me to put it together, so don't expect it straight away, and I want to kind of finalize the results, so I may even push the polls out for a bit longer whilst I'm still getting it all together, but it should be pretty cool. It probably will be about 5 minutes long or something like that, and it's just going to have a bit of a flashback to all the cool stuff that's happened throughout the year of Universe Mode. So it's a bit of a kind of a look back of some of the highlights throughout the series. So I think it'll be pretty cool to see. I'll put it together and upload it when I get a chance. So it's obviously not going to be a huge priority, but expect to see it up in the coming weeks. So like I said, if you haven't already, get on the Slammy Awards voting, and let me know if you want that Hall of Fame kind of history of the title reigns thing as well. So we have Barrett and Kingston. They're going at it right now. Russian leg sweep. Barrett taking down Kingston. Looks like Barrett's in control of this one, trying to take down Kingston once for all. Here we go, tilt the world slam, taking down Kingston, deciding not to go for the pinfall though. Might have had Kingston. Kingston is down. Look at him. He's back to his feet. Hang on. Ball hammer, elbow, right to the jaw of Kofi Kingston. I think you can count to 100 because Wade Barrett is going to knock off Kingston once again. Yes, he has. Wade Barrett has overcome his Achilles heel one more time, and he is on his path to greatness and on his path to getting back the Intercontinental Championship at Extreme Rules. Will Barrett beat Mark Henry? I tell you what, it's looking likely. And I mean, Henry's been good, but Wade Barrett, I tell you what, he has been one hell of a champion and didn't lose the championship from what I remember. I probably am wrong here. I mean, it wasn't even that long ago, but didn't lose the championship by getting pinned or anything like that. So Barrett deserves another rematch, and I think at Extreme Rules he's going to be even hungrier. A lot of people calling for Wade Barrett to perhaps move up to the main event picture. With the influx of all this new talent coming in, it might be difficult for Barrett. So holding that IC title may be worthy, very valuable right now. As Barrett continuing the assault, taking down Kingston. Well, there you go. But now it's time to move on to this week's Smackdown. And we kick off Smackdown with the Immortal, the Legend, the Undertaker is here on Smackdown a couple of weeks after he defeated Chris Jericho to keep his WrestleMania winning streak alive. I actually never thought the Undertaker would appear. I thought Undertaker would ride off into the sunset one more time and come back maybe for the next WrestleMania. But here he is tonight. He's here on SmackDown to address the fans. What will he have to say, and what will his future hold for here on SmackDown and here in the WWE? Will he, stick around, or is he going away again? Is he just giving us one last goodbye? So let's go and see what The Undertaker has to say to the fans. At WrestleMania, I went to war with Chris Jericho inside hell in a cell. And I kept my winning streak alive by pinning Jericho 1, 2, 3. I got my revenge on Jericho. He took me out before the Elimination Chamber. He cost me an opportunity for what I came back for, and that's the World Heavyweight Championship. And now that I put Jericho to rest, it is time to get back what is mine. It is time to fight for what is mine, and that is the World Heavyweight Championship. I am officially challenging Dave Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship at Extreme Rules. I am not back just to have one last match. I am back to be here, and I am back to be the SmackDown World Heavyweight Champion. So Batista, get out here right now and accept my challenge, because at Extreme Rules, I am going to make you rest in peace. Whoa. Hang on just a minute, dead man, before you go ahead and make any irrational decisions. I'm here to tell Batista, I'm here to tell everyone in the back, I'm here to tell the SmackDown GM Edge, and I'm here to tell you that if anyone's getting an opportunity for the World Heavyweight Championship, it is me, John Cena. Look, I know my track record in the past couple of months hasn't been all that great, but this is a fresh new beginning for me. And last week when I beat Chris Jericho, I turned a page, I turned a new leaf. This is my opportunity, this is my time, and my time is now. So at Extreme Rules, if you want to face Batista, well, dead man, you're going to have to go through me first. You want to lose to me here tonight, Cena? Because I'll gladly go straight through you here tonight on SmackDown. So what's it gonna be, kid? Yeah, I'll take you on, Taker. I'll take you on, and I'll prove to you and I'll prove to Batista that I deserve to be the World Heavyweight Champion. Wow, what a match that is going to be. The Undertaker is back here on Smackdown after WrestleMania. Like I said earlier, I didn't think he was going to be back, but he is here, and he's going to take on John Cena tonight. Well, two behemoths going at it, and let's kick off Smackdown. We have Rey Mysterio and the Big Show. They're going to take on the Awesome Riders. The Awesome Riders are newly drafted to Smackdown. Swagger will take on Sin Cara. Coulter will be in his corner. Layla will have Summer Rae in her corner as she takes on Natalya. The Primetime Players will take on the Wyatt family as these tag teams try to get this new tag team championship around their waist. Bray Wyatt will take on the newly drafted CM Punk. That is going to be huge. And of course, the Undertaker will face off against John Cena. Well, what a show we have for you here on SmackDown. So let's kick it off. There you go, Big Show and Rey Mysterio, they beat the Awesome Riders. Jack Swagger with Coulter defeats Sin Cara. And Natalya continues her good run of form. She defeats Layla. The Primetime Players defeat the Wyatt family. So that's a big win for the PTP. CM Punk, his first match here on SmackDown, is a good one by beating Bray Wyatt. So you can't forget about CM Punk in this title picture. Perhaps a big victory over Bray Wyatt. That will put him on notice to the Rated R Superstar Edge, the SmackDown GM, to perhaps put him in the match at Extreme Rules. And I tell you what, these two guys, The Undertaker and John Cena, both deserve to be in there. Doesn't matter who wins this one in my mind. I think both of them deserve to be there in some kind of way. So perhaps we will see a triple threat. Maybe we'll add in CM Punk as well. Perhaps it will be Fatal 4-Way at Extreme Rules. Or maybe Edge will just go the winner of this one-on-one with Batista. It's going to be very interesting nonetheless to see who does get the opportunity at Batista's World Heavyweight Championship. And of course, Cena and CM Punk, the new men to come over from Monday Night Raw, and are now looking to make a big impact here on Friday Night SmackDown. Of course, The Undertaker as well, like I said earlier, didn't think he was going to be back, so we really didn't know who was going to take on Batista at Extreme Rules. It really is up in the air because we had Ryback take on Batista last week on SmackDown for the World Heavyweight title, and Batista was successful. So it really is up in the air on who is going to face Batista. So all these top dogs here on SmackDown looking to fight each other, looking to get themselves an opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship. So John Cena, he discussed this earlier, he's had a bad run. His recent months and months on Universe Mode had been really, really poor. He needs to turn around, and if he can beat Undertaker here and earn himself the #1 contendership for the world title, that may just do it for him. Because I think if Cena gets an opportunity for the belt, he's going to win it. You know, I think look at all the guys that that was defeated by Brock Lesnar. So it's not really, not really a bad thing that he did get defeated by Lesnar, because he beat everybody on Raw. So Lesnar really kind of just destroyed the careers of a lot of guys on Raw. Cena, John Cena, CM Punk, Rob Van Dam, The Rock. So a lot of guys that went on and tried to take down Brock Lesnar were destroyed, and their careers really suffered from it. So coming over to SmackDown, like Cena and Punk coming to SmackDown could be the best thing for them. And now there's a lot of big spots available because all the top guys on SmackDown were drafted to Raw. A lot of the upper mid-card guys that weren't really, established main event guys permanently, like Cesaro, like Del Rio, like Sheamus, they've gone over. Probably the only established main event guy that was really, in the main event scene for quite some time was Chris Jericho, and he's now gone over to Raw as well. So there's a lot of spots available for these guys to come in and really try and dominate SmackDown. So now The Undertaker is here. Brock Lesnar could be on his way if he loses against Randy Orton at Extreme Rules. Lesnar will be coming over to SmackDown, so that is huge. So there's a lot of spots available, but they're going to be filled by a lot of superstars. So the main event is really kind of jam-packed at the moment, whereas on Raw you have a lot of these main event positions available because you have so many upper mid-card guys that could go into the main event, could fight for the world, for the WWE Championship, but haven't built that consistency enough to really establish themselves as a permanent main event talent. So that's kind of the difference between Raw and SmackDown right now. SmackDown, you have those main event guys. Raw, you have these potential main event guys. So that was kind of the difference earlier when you had SmackDown and Raw before the draft. So the roles are kind of reversed, which is very interesting to see, you know. And a lot of you guys felt the draft was pretty even, but Raw was getting the upper hand. But now that CM Punk's gone over to SmackDown, a lot of you guys think it's now back to even, and it's pretty hard to determine a winner. I think Raw, they got a lot more talent than SmackDown in the draft, but I still think Raw probably edged out SmackDown just a little bit more. But even though SmackDown got the likes of Cena, Punk, and Lesnar, which is some big names, I still think Raw probably picked up a lot more better talent overall. And it's certainly going to be very interesting to see which show is the better, and we'll find out over the coming months which show is actually the better. But right now we have Undertaker and John Cena battling it out. And obviously, I don't think the winner will face Batista at Extreme Rules. I think they'll just certainly help themselves get them closer to that matchup. I think in the next week or two of SmackDown, we'll finally kind of find out who will face Batista, and it'll probably be up to Edge. What will he do? You know, we saw CM Punk win earlier. Like I said before, don't rule out a possibility of a fatal 4-way match, which will be really difficult for Batista to retain his title. And so Batista, he needs to do some politicking with Edge right now and get himself in the in a singles match rather than a fatal 4-way match. He needs to get himself his position safe, because at Extreme Rules, I get the feeling that there's too many guys, too many potential opponents for Batista, that Edge may just decide to say, alright, hang on, wait, hold that thought. Cena, attitude adjustment to The Undertaker. That is going to be it. Cena's going to Extreme Rules. 2, 3, oh! Oh my god! The Undertaker kicked out at 2 of the AA. Are you kidding me? That just goes to show that John Cena is not having any luck. Cena with his best shot, still not good enough to put the dead man away here on SmackDown. So to finish up what I said, don't be surprised if Edge does make some kind of fatal 4-way, but I'm sure Batista will try to do everything in his power to make sure that doesn't happen. As Undertaker's got a submission hold here on Cena. Is Cena going to tap? He's got it locked in pretty well. He's got that arm wrapped. He's got the hands around the jaw, but he has let the hold go. And Cena, now he's going to try a submission of his own. And now Undertaker, is he going to tap? I can't remember the last time the Undertaker ever tapped out, so for now, but Cena gets Undertaker back to his feet. Luthez press, and just smashing those right hands right into the skull of the Undertaker, taking the dead man down. So Undertaker and Cena battling it out. Close matchup here. Oh! Attempted dropkick. Undertaker countered. And now whipping Undertaker into the corner. Bouncing off the turnbuckle. Cena taunting away. What's he going to try and do here? But Undertaker quickly counters. And Undertaker tried for another flying forearm, I suppose. And there's an arm drag from the dead man, and another arm drag from the dead man. So Undertaker in control of this one. He seems as though he's shaken off that AA, and he's back to being in charge of this match right now. Cena needs to get himself back in it. Maybe looking to set Taker up for a pinfall. He does. Here we go. Cover 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. This time earlier in the 2 count, unlike last time. It was about 2 3/4. But Cena in trouble. Dead man. The Undertaker in control. Takes him down with another side suplex. Here we go. Pin. And a kick out at 1. So I'm sure Batista... I don't know who would Batista rather face, Undertaker or John Cena. I suppose in recent months, probably Cena or CM Punk. Not the dead man, but any one of these guys could win. Hang on. Chokeslam! Yes! All the way to hell. The Undertaker is about to book himself into Extreme Rules, perhaps. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Undertaker, his return to SmackDown after a couple of week hiatus is a good one. The Undertaker, a surprise return, is a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Universe Mode. Please leave a like and subscribe. And make sure you follow me on Twitter. Vote in those Slammy Awards as the Animal Batista comes out. He's letting The Undertaker know that he is ready for him. Guys, that will do it from me. I will see you all in the next episode.